and dark purple boomerang lilac. You'll save 25% plus free shipping on all of this gorgeous real greenery. Yes.
Love it.
All right, last but not least, Jazz Mitten. We've got Ike over here ready to play.
What am I doing? Am I getting in the game?
Yes, please. So this is a really fast-paced paddle game that blends skill and speed, non-stop action, virtually anywhere, indoors or outdoors.
I can't get it over.
It takes up less space than like table tennis might. We also have the ring toss. You saw me playing that earlier. For a reason, it's a classic. Easy to set up, super portable, fun for all ages. The deal includes a variety of innovative games. I know, Whit, you said you guys are a big fan of ladder golf.
Ladder golf, obsessed.
Yes.
So much fun.
So
But this one, I'm really into.
It's tough, but once you get the hang of it, it's really, really fun.
Yeah.
Savings start at 45% off, all from Fun Sparks, and it includes all of this fun stuff.
Excellent. All right, Ike, one more.
Boom!
Oh, my God.
Back.
That would have been great if only it worked. Thank you, Ike. Thank you, Will. Of course, thanks to all these great brands and more. 20 additional brands that are live right now on ABC Secret Savings. Yep. Special for May. You can check out all the savings by scanning the QR code right there on the screen, or you can go to abcsecretsavings.com. We will be right back.
As a local family-owned business that's growing all over the Midwest, we are big believers in American manufacturing. Our exclusive seamless polymer siding is made locally in Independence, Missouri, and is only available to Continental customers. We've got patents on our products, which means only Continental customers can have the beautiful seamless polymer siding that makes their home the envy of the neighborhood. Our form-fitting insulation is made locally in Hayesville, Kansas. This custom-fit insulation lowers your energy bills and makes you more comfortable in your own home. That's something everyone deserves, but only Continental customers can get. We're a family-owned home improvement company that chooses to buy from other family-owned manufacturers right here in America. To celebrate our 44th birthday, we're having a Made in America sale. You can save a massive 40% on your new siding and windows. 40% off and low monthly payments means loving your home is affordable. Click.
The Ford Memorial Day Sell-a-thon is on, and we're celebrating American values with employee pricing on adventure-ready Ford SUVs. Military and first responders get $1,000 in savings. Get behind the wheel with these Memorial Day Sell-a-thon deals before June 1st. And you can get employee pricing plus $1,500 cash back on a 2025 Ford Bronco Sport. Head to your Midwest Ford dealers today. Driven by value.
Even on an antidepressant, there are days I feel stuck in my head. Depression symptoms, like lack of interest and negative thoughts, can hold me back. I wanted to break through. I asked about Vraylar. Adding Vraylar to an antidepressant significantly reduces overall depression symptoms better than an antidepressant alone.
Not for elderly with dementia-related psychosis due to increased risk of death or stroke. Report changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts to your doctor. Antidepressants may increase these in those under 25. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may not go away. High blood sugar may lead to coma or death. Weight gain and high cholesterol may occur. Difficulty moving, uncontrolled movements, tremors, feeling like you need to move, nausea, constipation, insomnia, dizziness, increased appetite, and fatigue are common. Side effects may not appear for weeks.
Vraylar, breaking through to relief. Ask about Vraylar.
Here comes Tori with something good for you.
Okay, what's the smartest way to jumpstart summer? How about the best Memorial Day deals and steals? You're just gonna love this.
Tori Johnson with Memorial Day deals and steals for you. Monday on Good Morning America.
Thank you so much for starting your day with us, and a big thanks to Rachel Scott, Danielle Breezy for joining us this morning. It's great to have you. You can have much more news on ABC News Live. Have a great day, everybody.
See ya.
Friday nights at 9 on ABC. Meet true crime.
True murder mystery.
Shocking.
Sex, betrayal, lies. A bombshell. The greatest true crime stories.
2020. Friday nights at 9. More Americans choose ABC News, America's #1 news source.
Sunday, 2 officers who defended the Capitol on January 6th, suing to stop Trump's anti-weaponization fund. Now they speak out together. Sunday on
Well, good Saturday morning. I'm sure a lot of you, as you're looking out your front door this morning, are noticing quite a bit of fog, and there is a dense fog advisory until 9 o'clock this morning across the Ozarks, basically for everybody along into the west of Highway 63, for visibility that will be reduced down to a quarter of a mile. Now, that fog very quickly going to burn off as soon as the sun comes up and our temperatures warm up at the surface. We should see clear conditions by late morning through the early afternoon hours. But mix of sun and clouds in terms of the sky cover through the rest of the afternoon. But as afternoon heads into evening, I do expect the chance for scattered showers and thunderstorms with some locally heavy rain there. That area of shower activity getting close to the Springfield metro, say around 4 or 5 o'clock this afternoon and evening. No severe weather is expected, but just make sure to keep an umbrella nearby at the ready for the next couple of days. 77 today, 81 tomorrow and for the holiday. 77 Tuesday, 81 Wednesday, 78 Thursday, and 76 for Friday.
The Ford Memorial Day Sell-a-thon is on, and we're celebrating American values with employee pricing on adventure-ready Ford SUVs. Military and first responders get $1,000 in savings. Get behind the wheel with these Memorial Day Sell-a-thon deals before June 1st. And you can get employee pricing plus $1,000 cash back on a 2025 Ford Bronco. Head to your Midwest Ford dealers today. Driven by value.
I have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, but thanks to Skyrizi and clearer skin, I'm all in. Most people saw 90% clearer skin from head to toe. Skyrizi is only 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Nothing on my skin means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi.
Come down here? Yeah. My name is Michelle Sturm. I volunteer both on stage and backstage. Without the volunteers, productions wouldn't be possible. Grab a bench and go. The arts are so essential to a community, and Springfield Little Theater is such a great part of that. If you don't think you're a theater person, it's still a great way to give back. If you come in just with a willingness to learn, we'll teach you anything.
Find a cause, get connected, make an impact. Visit volunteerozarks.com for opportunities near you.
We said we'd never take our eyes off them. Never let them be spoiled. And we'd never put them in harm's way. As parents, we say never a lot, but never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock.
When you give a kid a club, you're building communities, future doctors, business owners, leaders. At Boys and Girls Club of the Ozarks, with 4 clubs thriving in rural communities of Stone and Taney counties, it's more than a place to go. It's a place that takes kids where they're meant to be. The Ozarks, our future needs club kids. When you give a kid a club, you shape the future. We do our part, you do yours.
Find a cause, get connected, make an impact. VolunteerOzarks.com.
What's the definition of the ultimate teammate in sports and in life? It's someone who elevates everybody around them. Today's guest checks both of those boxes. The only African ever to compete in both the Summer and Winter Olympics, and a force of nature channeling her sports superpowers to uplift both elite and special needs athletes alike. I'm Bonnie Bernstein, a sports journalist and lifelong athlete. My current mission, bringing you the stories of amazing women thriving in every industry, thanks to life lessons learned through sports. Welcome to the Champion's Edge. Today, I'm in Houston visiting 2-time Olympian turned sports medicine specialist, Seun Adegun.
I'm so excited. It's so good to see you.
Whose daily obsession is tracking down the root of the pain for her clients.
I always do this analogy where I'm like, imagine like a child sitting in a wedding, then this kid just starts screaming. And so everyone's looking at the kid and yelling at the kid because the kid is screaming. What they don't notice is in the seat behind them, there's someone pinching them. So I'm looking for the kid that's pinching. I'm looking for the bully. How are you? Good, how are you? Good.
Milana's knees are barking after 12 triple jumps in her most recent track meet. Dr. Shayoun knows the issue is higher up.
Like squats only.
Her approach blends chiropractic care and biomechanics.
There it is. That's it. I feel the release of the pressure that was on it. Welcome back. That's what we were looking for right there.
For Shayoun, blending has been a lifelong pursuit as the Chicago-raised daughter of immigrant parents. When you walked out of the house, you were an American. When you were inside the house, you were Nigerian. What was that like for you?
I felt misunderstood everywhere I went. I was never enough of any one thing, which I feel like most children of immigrant parents will feel no matter where they're from.
Does sports help give you an identity?
It gave me an outlet. It gave me a place to express myself. It's like just be dominant, be competitive, and be strong.
Shayoun's first love was basketball, which kind of made sense with NBA Hall of Famer Hakeem Olajuwon on Shayoun's family roster. We need to talk about the notion that you felt you were going to be the first female high school basketball player dunking.
I had like a 40-inch vertical when I was in high school through college. Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Okay, that's legit. So why are we not having the conversation with Shayoun, the WNBA player?
Because my grandmother was 5 feet even. My granny's small, so she just cut off the little height I was supposed to get right on out of it.
What 5'5" Shayoun lacked in size, though, she made up for in speed.
When you kick them shoes off and you in the middle of the street and everybody's head and elbows are going like this and you run real fast. That was me.
Faster than the boys?
Than the boys.
Really?
That was me.
Shayoun is a natural sprinter, taking up hurdles her senior year. And within just one semester at the University of Houston, she went from walk-on to full scholarship athlete. Her coach saw in Shayoun what she initially didn't see in herself.
My senior year, I'm like breaking records. I'm running sub 13 seconds. So he's like, you have what it takes to compete at the next level. So stay here, you can train, I'll still coach you. You can get your school paid for.
Can we talk about how vital it is for aspiring Olympians to have college programs at their disposal?
Extremely vital, because you need the experience, you need the discipline, and as a young talent, you need reps.
You also need the coaching and the resources that a lot of athletes can't afford to pay for on their own or their families.
1,000%. And so as soon as I had a coach, a program, a system, I was able to like be that diamond in the rough.
While Shayoun's heart was now set on the Olympics, her heart was also a potential obstacle. Shayoun suffers from a condition called tachycardia, where her heart sometimes races faster than it should. Surgery when she was young seemed to help, but then she suffered another scare during a meet at Nebraska her junior year.
So the paramedic comes over and he's like, oh, okay, we're gonna have to put you on a stretcher. I said, absolutely not, because to that moment, I had this superhuman complex of like, nothing could defeat me. And now all of a sudden, everyone would see me in this very vulnerable and what felt like a defeated moment.
And the doctor said he wanted to restart your heart?
He did. He looks at me and he's like, you know, bearing down, doing all the things is not getting your heart rate to go down. And now as a senior now, I'm 21 years old. I'm like, man, do I really want to die at 21?
Coming up, how starting Nigeria's first bobsled team set Dr. Shayoun on a track beyond sport. Plus, Danielle Gray spotlights an athlete redefining ability.
At Allstate, what's important to you is important to us.
Dad, I'm telling you, this girl just came out of nowhere.
And right now, what's important to Blake is not getting in trouble with his dad. The good news is if you have accident forgiveness from Allstate, your auto rate won't go up just because of an accident, even if it is your fault. Sorry, Squirrel's fault. Because we all deserve a second chance. Right, Dad? If it's important to you, it's important to us. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Wow, your hair is so shiny. Who does your color?
Preference by L'Oréal Paris. High Shine Serum and Vitamin E. Intense color and shine. Up to 9 weeks of fate-defying color. 9 out of 10 women agreed nothing lasts longer.
We're so worth it.
Want to get more done with one sheet? Grab Bounty. While ordinary brands can't hold up, one sheet of Bounty keeps working even when wet. Can your paper towel do all that? Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Still have moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease symptoms despite treatment?
It was time to make a change. My doctor recommended Rinvoq, a once-daily pill.
I changed and got rapid symptom relief. Rinvoq helped visibly repair my intestinal lining.
I got lasting remission, meaning few to no symptoms.
Check. Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin. Serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50+ with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events, infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Put UC and Crohn's in check and keep them there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq.
Purina One Live Clear was our cat miracle. We discovered Ella was sensitive to cat allergens. Then the incredible happened. Purina One Live Clear started reducing the major allergen in our cat's hair.
Together forever.
Purina One Live Clear. A difference from day one.
Pollen in your way?
Allergies on the hike.
Great.
Plus, a risk of brain fog. But we've got Allegra.
Allegra delivers fast, powerful allergy relief with no brain fog due to drowsiness. Try now Allegra. It's a no-brainer.
Tired of untamable frizz? Forget the flat iron. New Everpure Iron Sleek by L'Oréal Paris. Our first salon-inspired smoothing routine, formulated with Sleek Care Complex with alpha acids for humidity-resistant style and 7 days of frizz control. Everpure Iron Sleek by L'Oréal Paris.
Today I'm with two-time Olympian turned sports medicine specialist Seyoun Adigun. Before she started treating patients, Seyoun was a patient herself, enduring 2 heart surgeries by age 21. Thankfully, she cleared her medical hurdles and hit her stride on the track as a college senior, flying up the world rankings. Though her health scare remained top of mind as the 2012 Games in London approached. When you thought about your mortality, how much of a role did that play in you deciding to run for Nigeria for the Olympics rather than the U.S.?
That even heightened it more because I wanted to compete for Nigeria just for the purpose of like contributing something that felt good and was positive to the country. I feel like Black people in the world won't be fully respected until the continent of Africa is respected. And I felt like it was a bit of a responsibility to help create that type of respect, to celebrate the goodness of the culture and the country, which is what sports does.
The ability to represent Nigeria in the Summer Games, and it probably didn't go as well as you had hoped because you were struggling with a stress fracture. But then you had this grand idea, like, hey, let's start a bobsled federation. How, pray tell, did that come about?
I literally wanted to help become the doctor that I feel like I needed when I was a professional athlete. But I knew that as a Black woman in sports, I would need to put myself in a position where I couldn't be denied in order to work with these elite level athletes.
Since 1924, there have been fewer than 150 athletes who've competed in both the Winter and Summer Games. You are one of them.
Indeed.
What does that mean to you?
It's still hard for me to just be like, I really did that. Wow. And I was a total out-of-body experience.
Starting a federation to me is Seyoun's entryway into entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
You had to raise money. You had to pull the team together. You had to pull resources together.
That's really great that you made that connection because I never even really thought about it that way.
What part of your inner athlete did you need to channel to stand up the federation?
The competitor in me. The part of me that literally decides that I'm never going to be defeated since I was a kid. The part of me that understands that if you put in the work, an outcome would come, right? That's how athletes think. If I do enough of the work, then I will get the outcome I'm looking for. But what I had to learn and hone into, which was you can't always work hard, you got to learn how to work smart. Because you can run yourself in the ground thinking that you're putting in the reps, but you're not doing them the right way or in the right direction.
What was the hardest part for you?
Just getting the country on board.
Did you fly to Nigeria to go pitch this?
Oh, you forgot you're talking to a calculated young lady. So I already knew, having competed for Nigeria in track, I knew what I was going up against. So I understood that in order to get this, even the attention in the ear, I would have to be able to come in bearing gifts.
Like the little Trojan horse situation.
I presented it and packaged it as a gift. My gift to Nigeria, Nigeria's gift to Africa. It wasn't about what I could take from the country. It was about what I knew was going to help elevate the country, the continent, and the people around the world. It really does start with the intrinsic feeling, like inside, knowing that there is nothing that I can't put my mind to. And sports is an amazing avenue to do that. Like, you get the opportunity to practice over and over again ways to create the tools that you'll need later in life.
Up next on The Champion's Edge, Danielle Gray highlights a young paraswimmer who's turning heads in the pool. And later,
perfect.
Dr. Shayoun brings specialized testing to athletes who refuse to be defined by limitations.
My moderate to severe plaque psoriasis held me back, but now I'm all in with clearer skin, thanks to Sky Rizzy.
Most people achieved clearer skin from head to toe. Many were 100% plaque-free. And many were completely clear, even at 5 years.
People also saw significant improvement in pain, redness, itching, and burning.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Nothing and me go hand in hand. Nothing on my skin fits my new plan. Nothing is everything. Ask your doctor about Sky Rizzy, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Learn how AbbVie could help you save. Fancy Feast presents our latest chef-inspired creation, Fancy Feast Gems. This rich pyramid mousse pâté puts mealtime in a whole new light and turns the everyday into extraordinary. Fancy Feast Gems. Love is in the details.
If you're frustrated with occasional bloating or gas, your body's giving you signs. It's time to try Align. Align probiotic was specifically designed by gastroenterologists to help relieve your occasional bloating and gas. When you feel the signs, it's time to try Align.
Protecting what you care about is important to you, so it's important to Allstate. That's why we have a plan to protect just about anything, like this car, up, and this awesome bike. The stuff in that apartment you're renting, it's protected. This golf cart, it's protected. Hey, don't worry, that phone's protected too. Protection for just about every part of life, no matter what kind of life you have. If it's important to you, it's important to us. You're in good hands with Allstate. Good boy.
The one-of-a-kind joy of Kellogg's cereal and ice-cold milk.
Tired of untamable frizz? Forget the flat iron. New Everpure Iron Sleek by L'Oreal Paris. Our first salon-inspired smoothing routine, formulated with sleek care complex with alpha acids for humidity-resistant style and 7 days of frizz control. Everpure Iron Sleek by L'Oreal Paris.
Just back is sore. Let's go! Ice. Hot. Ice works fast, heat makes it last. Icy Hot, just so back.
Risky's World. Let's dive into something new. yeah, Frisky's new amped lineup.
It's new Party Packed. A nutritious meal plus treats packed right in.
It's Thrilllicious.
Yeah.
Friskies, always more to explore.
Closed captioning provided by...
If it hurts you to watch this, you'll want to hear this. The eczema medication you're taking may not be right for you. Visit myrawtruth.com and talk to your dermatologist about your symptoms and treatment options.
Tired of untamable frizz? Forget the flat iron. New Everpure Iron Sleek by L'Oreal Paris. Our first salon-inspired smoothing routine, formulated with sleek care complex with alpha acids for humidity-resistant style and 7 days of frizz control. Everpure Iron Sleek by L'Oreal Paris.
Itch, itch, scratch, must not itch.
Stop the itch sanity with Cortisone 10 for bug bites, poison ivy, and other itches. It works fast and lasts for hours. Cortisone 10. And for itch relief that cools on contact, try our new Bug Bite Relief Stick today.
For real? Dr. Shayun Adigun is an athlete turned doctor who's been defying the odds her entire life, navigating 2 heart surgeries to become one of fewer than 150 athletes to compete in both the Summer and Winter Olympics. Now, Danielle Gray introduces us to another young lady defying the odds and thriving in the world of adaptive sports.
Did you know that more than 3 million children in the U.S. are living with a disability? Now, not all of those disabilities are visible, but for the kids navigating the world with a physical difference or a limb that doesn't look like everybody else's, the world has a habit of underestimating what they're capable of. Sports has long been credited with building confidence, discipline, and belonging in able-bodied kids. Those same benefits are just as important for kids with a wheelchair or prosthetic. My friend Morgan is an amputee who thrives in several adaptive sports, and she's here to tell you, don't underestimate these athletes.
My name is Morgan. I'm 12 years old, and I'm a para-swimmer. I was born without my femur and my left leg, and my left leg was a little bit shorter than my right leg, so it made it really hard to walk.
Morgan was born with a rare condition called proximal femoral focal deficiency, or PFFD. She had a lower leg and foot, but no upper leg on the left side. At 2.5 years old, Morgan's parents decided the best course of action was amputation, so she could be fitted with a prosthetic, or artificial leg. Once Morgan started walking, she couldn't be stopped, and soon sports became her passion.
I did a lot of sports when I was little. I did dancing and horseback riding and rock climbing and volleyball. And I'm still doing biking, and I'm still doing swimming too.
Anything she had interest in, we found a class, whether it was mainstream or adaptive. We made it a goal to at least once a year take her to the adaptive clinics so that she had a chance to see what it was like to have adaptive sports and to see what was available to her.
Adaptive sports, or sports for people living with disabilities, are thriving in communities all across America. The modified versions of traditional sports, sometimes with adaptive rules or assistive technology, empower people with disabilities to thrive and push themselves in ways they may have never thought possible.
We would contact the coach ahead of time and just say, hey, here's what we have. You know, can that work for you? Because any sport can really be adapted.
I started swimming on a swim team when I was about 6 years old, and I wasn't very fast, but I really liked it because I love the water. But it was kind of hard with swimming because you can't wear like a prosthetic in the water. I had a great coach, and he worked with me on kind of how to swim with only one leg. I didn't know how to do the kick, but swimming with my coach, he like helped me.
Morgan competes in more than one lane of sport, in both adaptive competitions and in mainstream sports against able-bodied kids. Even completing the Ironman triathlon.
I like swimming against mainstream because I want people to know that like I'm not an easy win for them and not as slow as they think I am.
I think as a parent, our worries always are foremost. We worry about the safety. And with Morgan, I really tried to step back and just let her try it. And if she falls, but all kids fall. So I think if we could let go of that a little bit and just let them try it, it's kind of amazing what they can do.
For kids who have limb difference like me, I want them to be able to have a chance to try things against either adaptive or mainstream, because some people might think that they can't do anything that an able-bodied person can. But I want everybody to think that they can try anything and they don't have to hold back because of their limb difference.
Special thank you to Morgan for showing us that all kids, no matter what, can get out there and do anything they want to do.
Coming up, Dr. Shayoun helps athletes discover strengths others might miss.
Good job, girl.
Still dealing with moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease symptoms despite treatment?
Then you know there can be unpredictability.
Workarounds. And avoiding.
It was time to make a change.
I changed. I changed too.
A doctor recommended Rinvoq, a once-daily pill.
I got rapid symptom relief at 2 weeks. Check. Rinvoq helped visibly repair my intestinal lining. Check.
I got lasting remission, meaning few to no symptoms. Check.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin. Serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50+ with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events, infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Put UC and Crohn's in check and keep them there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq.
Wow, your hair is so shiny. Who does your color?
Preference by L'Oréal Paris. High Shine Serum and Vitamin E. Intense color and shine. Up to 9 weeks of fade-defying color. 9 out of 10 women agreed nothing lasts longer.
We're so worth it.
Febreze.
Smells great in here. What is it?
It's my trash.
Introducing Febreze Trash Odor Fighter. It reduces up to 99% of common trash odors, replacing them with 45 days of freshness. And it works on all kinds of trash cans.
The one-of-a-kind joy of Kellogg's cereal and ice-cold milk.
Did you know taking Zysol at night relieves allergies while you sleep? So you wake refreshed for a more productive day. Get 24-hour continuous relief that does not fade. Be wise all, take Zysol at night.
Tired of untamable frizz? Forget the flat iron. New Everpure Iron Sleek by L'Oréal Paris. Our first salon-inspired smoothing routine, formulated with sleek care complex with alpha acids for humidity-resistant style and 7 days of frizz control. Everpure Iron Sleek by L'Oréal Paris.
Fancy Feast presents our latest chef-inspired creation, Fancy Feast Gems. This rich pyramid mousse pâté puts mealtime in a whole new light and turns the everyday into extraordinary. Fancy Feast Gems. Love is in the details.
When disaster strikes, ordinary people become extraordinary heroes. Join us for real stories of courage, survival, and the heroes who never back down. Hearts of Heroes.
Only on Weekend Adventure.
From the track to the treatment table, Dr. Shayoun spent her entire career helping athletes reach their full potential. As a Special Olympics Global Ambassador, Shayoun gets to support and level the playing field for athletes with disabilities.
The focus of your research right now specifically is on muscle testing for special needs athletes. Why is that necessary?
Because it's not happening. People see special needs individuals and they immediately try and back away. They treat it like it's so fragile. They're humans. They operate and move and compete. They get injured. They have fatigue. They have ways that they can get stronger and be more competitive. Just because they have varying ability doesn't mean they don't want to be great. Why aren't we adding more data to the way that they can move versus focusing on the things that they can't do?
One more time. Step and throw good. There you go. There's a good one.
And are you ready to do your test, girlfriend? Yeah. Let's do it.
Today, Shayoun's doing baseline testing with athletes at Special Olympics Klein Champions in Houston. The goal? Help them figure out where they can get stronger.
It's pretty easy. You're gonna do upper body first and then lower body. We're just gonna go like arms up, arms forward, then you'll do arm back and down. I'll walk you through everything. The point of this is so we can see if it's the same on both sides, because if it's not the same, then we might be able to find some places where you can run even faster or throw even further. Back this way as far as you can, okay? But you're gonna start on this side. Yes, perfect. Okay, ready, go. Back as far as you can, good. And now back to the front, perfect. Ready, go. No, sorry, the other way. Hold on, sorry, let's do it again. Reset, and go ahead. There you go, perfect. Bravo, bravo. Let's see if we're balanced. Ooh, basically your left arm has a lot more movement than your right. Are you right-handed? Yeah? That means that your stronger side still has even more strength in it. So this is good. You're gonna throw pretty far. Okay, so Ellie's next. Beautiful, round of applause.
Special Olympics athletes Ellie and her sister Lexi have been competing since they were 8 years old.
Lexi's ready. Up. There we go. Good job.
My daughters are Lexi and Ellie. I grew up being athletic. I was always part of a team. And so having my daughters experience the same thing, it gives them the opportunity to just showcase themselves. And so others can see what they're able to do.
And what is your favorite sport?
Volleyball and tennis.
Yeah. One of the things that you can do to help so that you make the balance more is you got to do a little bit more stretching on the left side. This side, we just need to get this side to wake up a little bit. So first we got to stretch it out. You going side to side. Do you know how to hopscotch?
Sometimes.
What do you think when Dr. Shayoun comes and does testing with you? What is that like for you?
It's normally like the same for me because I did therapy like a couple of years ago.
What made you feel strong just now?
Nothing.
Fair, fair. That's actually good information because now we can actually work on that. There we go.
I can just do it forever.
Yeah, I see. This right leg is so strong and ready. Now we just got to get the left leg ready. Such a good volleyball strike once you hit the ball. Good job.
Get ready to stamp your passport to adventure.
Oh, look at that.
Jack Hanna's Passport right here on Weekend Adventure.
She's persevered through 2 heart surgeries to become a 2-time Olympian, and yet that only scratches the surface of Shayoun Adegun's impact here at home and in her Nigerian homeland. Through sports, Shayoun has learned how to be competitive, that no hurdle is insurmountable, a mindset she has taken into every lap through life, in medicine, and in supporting communities in need. I'm Bonnie Bernstein. Thanks so much for watching The Champion's Edge. We'll see you again soon. Shayoun, you have spent a lifetime leveraging your platform as an athlete to lift others up, to help others. What message do you want to give to other female athletes?
Impossible is nothing. You know, don't think about the limitations that are created around you. Think about the limitations you create for yourself. Just do the things. Do all the things.
This is Weekend Adventure. When you see this symbol, you know you're watching a show that is specifically designed to be educational, informational, and entertaining.
Hi, I'm Alfonso Ribeiro, and today we're harvesting the best adventures from farms all over the world. Saddle up as Jack and Susie globe-trot to some incredible farms. From a Canadian horse ranch,
you got a little mud in it right here,
to sheep shearing in the outback.
Cool, dude.
To an unusual farm on the high seas.
Pearl grading.
Oh, wow.
And to a ranch unlike anything they've ever seen.
Oh, Jack.
Oh, dude.
Wildlife expert Jack Hanna has explored the world in search of the greatest adventures life has to offer. Now, Jack wants you to journey along and discover the spectacular sights, sounds, and species that make his travels extraordinary.
the most amazing thing you'd ever want to see.
This is Jack Hanna's Passport. Over 12,000 years ago, the Neolithic Revolution ushered in a new era where our ancestors gave up their hunter-gatherer ways, domesticated animals, and began growing crops. This entry into ancient farming changed the course of human history. Today, across 2 continents and 4 countries, we'll see how modern farming is shaped by the landscape, the animals, and the ranchers that call these places home. We begin our journey in Alberta, Canada, where ranching is a way of life. Western Canada is home to some of the country's most abundant prairies, making it an ideal place to raise grazing animals. With over 12,000 cattle farms in Alberta alone, the province is packed with cowboys. And everyone knows that cowboys need horses. Today, Jack and Susie are visiting a dude ranch that has been operational since 1912 to learn how the owner, Mac McKinney, is taking care of a cowboy's best friend.
Sue and I both love horses and love dude ranches. And actually, here in Canada, they call it a guest ranch, not a dude ranch. How you doing?
Hey.
Jack Hanna, nice to see you.
Hey, Jack, nice to meet you. Welcome to the home place. What we do with our guests when they first get here, we watch the dynamics of the herd. Like these horses have been together for a number of years. Many of them we don't have a lot coming and going. So we just stand here and we watch for a while to understand what they're doing. You can see these 2 getting along real well here. Then we'll ask you to come in the corral and find the horse that you think you best work with.
Oh, yeah.
We'll stick our rubber boots on and just kind of walk through them for a few minutes.
All right.
And watch them. This herd has been together for a while, and just walk through it and get an idea of the horse you think you're going to bond up with.
See, I want an easy horse because I had a couple of back surgeries, so I'm going to find me an easy horse.
Okay.
Part of Mac's philosophy is that it's not fair to you or the horse if you just pick one out of the corral and say, okay, let's ride. It's like any relationship. You need to take the time to get to know each other. This horse looks like it might be mine.
That's Hank.
Hank?
He's 14.
And sure enough, when you went out there in that corral, I remember I had that first one, and I said, no, I don't know about this horse. I don't know if Hank likes me. Then I watched some horses. Sure enough, I took my time for the first time in my life, other than just going grabbing a horse. I watched some of these other horses, how they're acting. He looked tired. You tired? Then I went over to Roland. Back this one here, what's this one, Dave?
This is Roland Thunder.
Oh! And there's something about that horse, and I said, this one's for me. And he said, Jack, you picked a good one. I like this horse.
Yeah. Here we go.
What?
Time to clean up.
Okay, before we got on the horse, we had to groom the horse, brush him down, get all the dirt off, get all the hair off. And really, it makes you feel that you're more part of the whole atmosphere in with the horse.
Have you seen car washes and things? Go like this. See, look at this.
You're so good at it, I might just have you do mine.
You're doing 2 things here. You're making them look pretty, but more importantly, any area that the equipment is going to be touching them, you're stimulating the blood flow to that area so that it's a healthier point that you're going to put your saddle and your cinch and that on it.
I really liked it until Jack came over and he decided, since he was finished grooming his horse, he was going to start grooming me.
We got a little mud in it right here.
You're not. You are not using the same brush.
Just a little horsehair. It ain't gonna hurt you. I've seen worse. So after about 2 hours of preparation, Mac finally took us on the trail for a gorgeous afternoon ride. We're pretty high up here, aren't we? About 4,000 feet?
Yeah, actually, the top of this is 4,900.
So where does this trail take us?
We're going to go out here onto kind of a viewpoint that we can look east toward Calgary across some open meadows and west toward the mountains.
Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful, Sue?
Oh, Jack, look at that. So you never get tired of this?
Never.
How could you? It's just so gorgeous.
I'll never forget what Max said to me. When I asked him, I said, you know, this is a lot of work, all this, saddling horses every single day. I said, when are you going to retire?
And he said, Jack, he said, I retired 37 years ago. And I'll tell you what, it was the best experience hanging out with him. He was the ultimate cowboy.
Coming up, from Alberta to Australia, Jack tries his hand at shearing sheep.
Oh, yeah, I like this. Okay.
And these Fijian farmers are raising pearls.
And there's only a handful of people around the world who know exactly how to do this.
At Allstate, what's important to you is important to us.
Dad, I'm telling you, this girl just came out of nowhere.
And right now, what's important to Blake is not getting in trouble with his dad. The good news is if you have accident forgiveness from Allstate, your auto rate won't go up just because of an accident, even if it is your fault. Sorry, Squirrel's fault. Because we all deserve a second chance. Right, Dad? If it's important to you, it's important to us. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Wow, your hair is so shiny. Who does your color?
Preference by L'Oréal Paris. High Shine Serum and Vitamin E. Intense color and shine. Up to 9 weeks of fade-defying color. 9 out of 10 women agreed nothing lasts longer.
We're so worth it.
Want to get more done with one sheet? Grab Bounty. While ordinary brands can't hold up, one sheet of Bounty keeps working even when wet. Can your paper towel do all that? Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Still have moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease symptoms despite treatment?
It was time to make a change. My doctor recommended Rinvoq, a once-daily pill.
I changed and got rapid symptom relief. Rinvoq helped visibly repair my intestinal lining.
I got lasting remission, meaning few to no symptoms.
Check. Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin. Serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events, infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant, or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Put UC and Crohn's in check and keep them there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq. Purina One Live Clear was our cat miracle. We discovered Ella was sensitive to cat allergens. Then the incredible happened. Purina One Live Clear started reducing the major allergen in our cat's hair.
Together forever.
Purina One Live Clear, a difference from day one.
Pollen in your way?
Allergies on the hike. Great.
Plus, the risk of brain fog.
But we've got Allegra.
Allegra delivers fast, powerful allergy relief with no brain fog due to drowsiness. Try now Allegra. It's a no-brainer.
Tired of untamable frizz? Forget the flat iron. New Everpure Iron Sleek by L'Oréal Paris. Our first salon-inspired smoothing routine, formulated with sleek care complex with alpha acids for humidity-resistant style and 7 days of frizz control. Everpure Iron Sleek by L'Oréal Paris.
Australia is a wonderland of unique and fascinating animals, from the platypus to the koala to the kangaroo. But sometimes it's the non-native species that play a vital role in a country. Sheep were first introduced to Australia in 1788, primarily as a food source for people immigrating there. It wasn't until 12 years later that the first flock of merino sheep arrived in the country to bolster the wool industry. Now, Australia is one of the largest wool producers in the world, responsible for about 200,000 tons of the stuff annually. Today, Jack and Susie are meeting two experts at a sheep ranch to learn how they farm in the outback.
And these guys were true, I guess you call them, I don't know if you call them Aussie or what you call them. These guys are from the outback. Let me tell you something. These guys were professional sheep shearers. Now, what are we going to do here now? Show me.
All right, I'll show you how it's done. You got to tear on in and grab one first up. Hope you're feeling strong. Then you come back out. Don't forget to shut the gate, otherwise we'll have all sorts of trouble. And you come back here.
This is interesting for everybody watching this. This is not hurting the sheep at all.
No, underneath you stand like that. And it's all about placement. If you hold the sheep right, they won't kick you or anything like that. It doesn't put any stress on them.
It was really interesting. As a little boy, I helped shear some sheep. I didn't know there were like 26 positions of you have to hold the sheep to shear the whole thing. So this is where wool comes from.
Yep.
So are you going to bathe it first before you shear it?
Gonna what?
That's going to smell like crazy.
No, it smells good.
Okay. and it looks like it's hard on the sheep. The sheep just kind of goes to sleep. And goes getting a haircut. You must feel a lot better getting all that wool off. Man, this is cool. I've always wanted to see this.
Well, I do Jack. Slide your foot in here, mate. All right.
How you turn it on?
I'll pull you in. You got a hold of it?
Yeah.
Don't let it go.
God, hey, I don't want to hurt you. Go on into the wheel. And change that button safe in. Cool, dude.
That's all right. These things here, mate.
Neat to see how much wool came off of a sheep, and they do that once a year. So that's where our wool sweaters come from. Boy, you get a sore back doing this.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I'm not doing too good, Emma.
We actually invented a thing here in Australia.
Hey, bud.
To stop you getting a sore back, and it's a sling.
It's sticking up.
This thing here takes away 60% of the pressure on your back. Chuck it up like that.
What are you going to do with that thing?
Hang it off the roof, and then you get in it like this.
Get out of here. Let me see that. Let me see that. That's exactly what I need.
To keep that shoulder off the ground, he'll sit there all day. Happy as Larry.
What happened? Wait, hey, there's something wrong.
You still got to stand, mate.
Yeah, you got to stand. You said to relax. You said to relax. Well, actually, this just...
Yeah, it just takes a bit of the pressure off.
I want you to finish this thing.
Yeah, right, eh?
So is he done?
Yeah, finished.
Let's see him walk over there. I want to see what it looks like. Golly, look at that.
The showing shape.
Were you raised on a sheep farm?
Nah, I wasn't raised on a farm, but no shearers are. Shearers like a generation thing.
They never had sheep their own. It's like a craft. They learn from their father's father, that kind of thing. It's handed down to them, sheep shearing. Yeah, because I'm getting ready to retire, so I was wondering, do you think I could be a sheep shearer?
Maybe 40 years younger, mate. You would have had a bit of a crack, but nah.
I appreciate this.
No worries.
No worries, Zach. What's to make it, right? I get to come back in a few months. I'll come back and help y'all do about 200.
Oh, eh?
Yeah, right. No worries. Yep.
Coming up, the Hannahs fly to Fiji and discover the beauty behind this pearl farm.
Put this on.
That is gorgeous. Gosh. Boy, thanks a lot. We can take them off right now.
Then we head to a ranch in Montana that's home to some very good pups.
And the fact is they can have a wonderful quality of life if they just get a chance.
My moderate to severe plaque psoriasis held me back, but now I'm all in with clearer skin, thanks to Sky Rizzy.
Most people achieved clearer skin from head to toe. Many were 100% plaque-free. And many were completely clear, even at 5 years.
People also saw significant improvement in pain, redness, itching, and burning.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Nothing in me go hand in hand. Nothing on my skin fits my new plan. Nothing is everything. Ask your doctor about Sky Rizzy, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Fancy Feast presents our latest chef-inspired creation, Fancy Feast Gems. This rich pyramid mousse pâté puts mealtime in a whole new light and turns the everyday into extraordinary. Fancy Feast Gems. Love is in the details.
If you're frustrated with occasional bloating or gas, your body's giving you signs. It's time to try Align. Align probiotic was specifically designed by gastroenterologists to help relieve your occasional bloating and gas. When you feel the signs, it's time to try Align.
Protecting what you care about is important to you, so it's important to Allstate. That's why we have a plan to protect just about anything, like this car, up, and this awesome bike. The stuff in that apartment you're renting, it's protected. This golf cart, it's protected. Hey, don't worry, that phone's protected too. Protection for just about every part of life, no matter what kind of life you have. If it's important to you, it's important to us. You're in good hands with Allstate. Good boy.
The one-of-a-kind joy of Kellogg's cereal and ice-cold milk.
Tired of untamable frizz? Forget the flat iron. New Everpure Iron Sleek by L'Oreal Paris. Our first salon-inspired smoothing routine, formulated with sleek care complex with alpha acids for humidity-resistant style and 7 days of frizz control. Everpure Iron Sleek by L'Oreal Paris.
Jeff's back is sore. Let's go! Ice. Hot. Ice works fast, heat makes it last. Icy hot, just so back.
Frisky's World.
Let's dive into something new.
Yeah, Frisky's new amped lineup.
It's new Party Packed. A nutritious meal plus treats packed right in.
It's Thrilllicious.
Yeah.
Friskies, always more to explore.
Closed captioning provided by. If it hurts you to watch this, you'll want to hear this. The eczema medication you're taking may not be right for you. Visit myrawtruth.com and talk to your dermatologist about your symptoms and treatment options.
Tired of untamable frizz? Forget the flat iron. New Everpure Iron Sleek by L'Oreal Paris. Our first salon-inspired smoothing routine, formulated with sleek care complex with alpha acids for humidity-resistant style and 7 days of frizz control. Everpure Iron Sleek by L'Oreal Paris.
Itch, itch, scratch, must not itch.
Stop the itch sanity with Cortisone 10 for bug bites, poison ivy, and other itches. It works fast and lasts for hours. Cortisone 10. And for itch relief that cools on contact, try our new bug bite relief stick today.
When you think of farming, you might not immediately associate it with fine jewelry. But out in the South Pacific, colorful gems are exactly what one farm is busy harvesting. Off the southern coast of Vanuatu, the second largest island of Fiji, sits the Savu-Savu Bay, home to volcanic hot springs and world-renowned diving points. It's also famous for the semi-precious gems made by the black-lipped pearl oysters living in its waters. Today, Jack, Susie, and their daughter Julie have traveled here to meet the team that harvests these beautiful jewels.
This is where we'll get on some boats and we'll go around the island here out to where the farm is.
Oh, wow. How you doing? This is my first trip to a water farm.
And when we went out there, it was like Tom Sawyer's little hut in the middle of this big bay. Oh,
man alive. This is what's amazing. Millions of dollars of pearls pass through this little shack. And why are they sticking this thing in there?
These oysters are oysters that are about 2.5 years old. They've just come off the farm, and these are being prepped for implanting, which means they're finally ready to be implanted with the start of a pearl.
Oh, there's no pearl in here?
No, there's no pearl. There's
That's what I was looking for in there. I'm looking for one of them.
So it doesn't hurt them at all to try to open them up like that?
No, we've got to be very gentle.
What I liked was that they're so careful about not injuring the oyster when they were implanting the oyster with this foreign object. How come those things are different colors?
What a technician does is he'll look at the colors of these and he goes, all right, I like that color. So what I'm going to do is cut that and I'm going to remove this lip. That will be seeded into one of these oysters with a bead. And it will continue to secrete that color, except it's not doing it making a shell. It's now doing it around a bead and it becomes a pearl.
Now, what are they doing back here?
Back here, if you follow me, I'll show you how the actual implanting process takes place.
Man alive, this looks like a jeweler.
Or a dentist office.
This is a very, very intricate and precise part of producing pearls, and this is a industry secret, and there's only a handful of people around the world who know exactly how to do this so that you get a good quality pearl at the end of 2 years.
It's such a minute piece of tissue that he's putting in there from the lip.
And that should continue to stay alive, and it will form a sac around that bead that he will be putting in there, and it'll start to lay down the mother of pearl.
It was amazing to watch how this man would put this little foreign object, doesn't hurt the oyster, put it in there, and then the oyster then goes back out in the wild. That foreign object develops into a beautiful pearl. Hey, Kazana, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kazana. Thank you.
Can we go see some pearls?
Sure, let's go and take a look at some pearls inside.
These are real things. Came out of this place, right?
These are the real ones that just came out about a month ago.
It was getting late, so we had to get to the pearl shop.
I'm going to bring you into our our pearl grading.
Oh, wow.
You saw some of the unique colors of the pearl shells, and you'll see that's why we get these incredible colors in our pearl.
Can you touch one of them?
Yes.
It was amazing because when you would look at the end result and you would see these pearls, it was absolutely, truly a rainbow color effect.
This strand here really shows off some of the colors.
So, you know, somebody think you dyed these things like eggs.
Our pearls, and I don't have any problem saying this, are probably the most colorful and probably some of the best pearls in the world.
Can you put it on her neck?
Sure, can. It really does look good on her. Put this on. Just.
That is gorgeous.
Gosh.
Boy, thanks a lot. We can take them off right now. Let me take them off. Here, let's go.
Thank you for letting me enjoy it for a moment.
No problem.
Getting Sue out of the pearl factory was another thing. I mean, I thought for sure she'd go keep one around her neck or in her pocket.
Coming up, from the South Pacific to the American West, Jack and Susie travel to a one-of-a-kind farm for disabled dogs.
Still dealing with moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease symptoms despite treatment?
Then you know there can be unpredictability.
Workarounds. And avoiding.
It was time to make a change.
I changed.
I changed too.
A doctor recommended Rinvoq, a once-daily pill.
I got rapid symptom relief at 2 weeks. Check. Rinvoq helped visibly repair my intestinal lining. Check.
I got lasting remission, meaning few to no symptoms. Check.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin. Serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50+ with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events, infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Put UC and Crohn's in check and keep them there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq.
Wow, your hair is so shiny. Who does your color?
Preference by L'Oreal Paris. High Shine Serum and Vitamin E. Intense color and shine. Up to 9 weeks of fate-defying color. 9 out of 10 women agreed nothing lasts longer.
We're so worth it.
Febreze.
Smells great in here. What is it?
It's my trash.
Introducing Febreze Trash Odor Fighter. It reduces up to 99% of common trash odors, replacing them with 45 days of freshness. And it works on all kinds of trash cans.
The one-of-a-kind joy of Kellogg's cereal and ice-cold milk.
Did you know taking Zysol at night relieves allergies while you sleep? So you wake refreshed for a more productive day. Get 24-hour continuous relief that does not fade. Be wise all, take Zysol at night.
Tired of untamable frizz? Forget the flat iron. New Everpure Iron Sleek by L'Oreal Paris. Our first salon-inspired smoothing routine, formulated with sleek care complex with alpha acids for humidity-resistant style and 7 days of frizz control. Everpure Iron Sleek by L'Oreal Paris.
Fancy Feast presents our latest chef-inspired creation, Fancy Feast Gems. This rich pyramid mousse pâté puts mealtime in a whole new light and turns the everyday into extraordinary. Fancy Feast Gems. Love is in the details.
Montana may be famous for its big sky, awe-inspiring slopes, and Yellowstone National Park. But the biggest industry of the state isn't tourism, it's agriculture. Wheat farms and cattle ranches may make up the majority of that business, but that's not what Jack and Susie have traveled to Montana for today. They're visiting a farm run by Steve Smith and Elaine Marker that's dedicated to giving domestic animals a second chance at life.
The most vulnerable animals in our society are really the disabled. I mean, so many people just think that they can't have a good quality of life, you know, that they're going to be sad, they're going to be miserable, they're not going to be happy. And the fact is they can have a wonderful quality of life if they just get a chance. And they don't for a minute think that they're disabled. They don't feel sorry for themselves. They don't want you to feel sorry for them. And that's what we tell people. Do not pity these animals because, you know, they don't pity themselves. They just want a chance to get on and enjoy life.
I don't know what it was about Rolling Dog Ranch, but the minute you got there, you felt at home. Once you started meeting all the creatures, it was unbelievable.
So this is blind moose over here. Come here, moose. Come here, mister. Come here.
Oh, Jack.
Oh, wow. He looks like a moose, his big old head.
This old boy was abandoned on the interstate here in Montana back in February.
Oh, no.
And police department picked him up and called us. But he is an absolute sweetheart.
He looks like he's part yellow lab and basset hound, maybe.
Well, he's a Tennessee bloodhound.
I think he thinks he's all lab.
Oh, he thinks that.
Oh, look at Moose.
Jack.
Oh, Sue. Oh, Moose. Now, do you have other dogs here?
Yeah, we do. Let's go on over to our main dog building over here.
This is the main dog building?
No. Although half of them are over here.
As we walk to the big open area behind the main house, Steve told us that most of these animals have come from humane societies and shelters all over the country. One came from as far away as Afghanistan. It's very rare that they take an animal from a private individual. When a shelter calls Rolling Dog about a truly disabled animal, it's usually the last chance that animal's got.
So we have about 20 dogs over here. And all of these guys, except Trooper, our hound lab mix, he can see. Most of the rest of these guys are blind.
So how do these animals then get around that bumping? I mean, they seem to know where everything is.
Yeah, generally blind animals make a mental map of their environment. They figure out where everything is. They develop this map in their heads of the layout of their environment, and then that's what they use to follow around. This is Trooper from Louisiana. He came to us a couple of years ago. Yeah. We took him to our surgeons in Spokane, so we had to do hip surgery. We fixed that. But it turns out the front legs are more of a birth defect. He can get around just fine. His mobility is excellent. He jumps and he twirls and he dances. He's not in any pain. He's the fastest dog out here. So everybody concluded the best thing to do was just leave well enough alone, because they thought if the surgery didn't work, that they'd end up having to take that leg off.
Can he come over here a minute?
Yeah, Trooper, come here, mister.
He's so friendly, Steve. Yeah, look at you.
And he's got two girlfriends here, the Poodle sisters, and what they see in him, we have no idea, but they're smitten with him.
His eyes. It's your eyes. That's what it's about. Yeah.
You meet a lot of people in life that have dedicated themselves to certain causes, but I must say that these two individuals rank at the very top of their dedication to animals, and they take them and give them a new life.
They're going to be living in peace and comfort and surrounded by love for the rest of their lives. It was just such an inspiration to us.
It's crazy to think I am head field hockey coach here. Everything I learn on the field I use.
You're always going to be an athlete. The only thing that changes is who your teammates are and what your field of play looks like.
In today's journey, we've seen how farms are a vital part to many global industries, from food and textiles to tourism, even semi-precious jewelry. As it turns out, all across the world, farms are as varied and unique as the cultures of the people who run them. Thanks for traveling the world with us. I'm Alfonso Ribeiro, and I'll see you next time for another stamp on Jack Hanna's Passport.
This is Weekend Adventure. When you see this symbol, you know you're watching a show that is specifically designed to be educational, informational, and entertaining.
Today on Hearts of Heroes, two hikers plummet down a steep, icy mountainside.
One slip and a slide literally can carry you thousands of feet down the side of a mountain.
A full-scale rescue on land and in the air was their only chance to make it out alive.
We'll put the backboard under them. We'll get them packaged up, bridled up, we'll be out.
I was not expecting them to still be alive.
It started to snow, the wind started to pick up.
Winds were so strong it actually turned the helicopter complete 90 degrees sideways.
Keep turning, coming to 9 o'clock.
Keep turning.
Now, yeah, straight 9 o'clock. The that point, we knew we weren't getting picked up.
We're going to get you out here to the hospital, okay?
When disaster strikes, these moments show exactly who stands between chaos and hope, our first responders.
California, with its plentiful summits and mountain ranges, offers outdoor lovers a chance to hike, explore, and connect with nature. Some of these hikes are relaxing and leisurely, while others are more difficult and often much more dangerous.
Two Southern California hikers found out just how dangerous this pastime can be when they plummeted down an 800-foot mountainside. Suffering from serious injuries in sub-freezing weather, it would take an army of first responders to get them out alive.
The San Jacinto Mountains tower high above Riverside County with a peak elevation of 10,000 feet. For hikers who find themselves in trouble, there is an elite group of rescuers always on the ready, the Riverside Mountain Rescue Unit.
Riverside Mountain Rescue Unit is a team full of volunteers. So we are on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
We specialize in alpine rescues, especially technical rope rescues and snow and ice rescues.
While these volunteers all share a collective sense of service, for retired physician Richard Yoakum, the motivation is deeply personal.
My earliest interest in search and rescue came at age 20 when I lost both my parents in a plane crash. It took those search teams 4.5 hours to reach the crash site, and I became interested in efforts such as that.
In March 2025, this team would be pushed to their physical limits when a man and a woman slipped and fell 800 feet down a sheer cliff during a hike.
The area where this incident occurred, we call it the Takowitz Traverse. It is a very steep, angled, rocky area. During the winter, it turns into a sheet of ice. The subjects take a significant fall. The male subject had a broken leg, and his girlfriend had lacerations and injuries to her head.
The female had been able to make a 911 call with just 1% left on her battery. She reported that they had significant injuries, they had no food at all, and they had very little in terms of warm clothing.
While the hikers were able to call 911, they were not out of danger. Stranded in a remote area, they had no immediate access to help. As mountain rescuers prepared below, the Riverside Sheriff's Department put a rescue helicopter in the air.
It was snowing, low clouds, high winds. As we got closer and got into the area where the rescue needed to be done, it started getting pretty turbulent.
I've got them to the left. They're about 7 o'clock. Keep turning.
The wind was blowing pretty hard. The winds were so strong, it actually turned the helicopter complete 90 degrees sideways.
Keep turning. Coming to 9 o'clock. Keep turning. Okay. Keep turning right now. Yeah, straight 9 o'clock, Mike. Yep.
Meanwhile, the Mountain Rescue Unit prepared to make the long and dangerous trek up the snowy mountain.
We deep got the GPS coordinates from that 911 call. The very first thing I did was I mapped the GPS coordinates in our mapping software, and I saw where they were.
But in order to reach the injured hikers, Riverside Mountain Rescue would have to climb thousands of feet to the top of that mountain, hike across a narrow and dangerous traverse, then perform a risky 800-foot rope rescue. But as ground rescuers started their expedition, they faced a violent storm sweeping across the mountain.
As soon as you started getting higher, the trails were getting icy. It was just a steep ice slope with 40 or 50 mile an hour gusting winds. And from where we were, you could see the storms coming in and know that we were about to get hit by another storm.
Okay, what do you think about that cloud coming right there? Well, let me see.
With the storm intensifying and night falling, Riverside sheriffs were forced to call off the air search indefinitely. Coming up, to make the rescue, searchers must put their own lives on the line.
It's extremely treacherous. One slip can carry you thousands of feet down the side of a mountain.
But first, winter weather doesn't just create danger on the mountain. It can also bring risks into our homes. Here's a tip to help you stay safe during the cold months.
When the cold sets in, we all start doing little things to make our homes feel warmer and more comfortable. But some of those winter habits come with fire dangers.
Unclean humidifiers and oil diffusers can become fire hazards. When minerals build up, units have to work harder, which can lead to overheating. Check the instructions and clean weekly to reduce risk. Drying wet winter gear on radiators or heating vents is dangerous. Once fabric dries, it can get hot enough to ignite. Always use a drying rack, not a radiator.
Winter can be tough, but staying safe doesn't have to be. A few smart habits and an eye on the hidden risk can keep your home warm and fire-free.
At Allstate, what's important to you is important to us.
Dad, I'm telling you, this girl just came out of nowhere.
And right now, what's important to Blake is not getting in trouble with his dad. The good news is if you have accident forgiveness from Allstate, your auto rate won't go up just because of an accident, even if it is your fault. Sorry, Squirrel's fault. Because we all deserve a second chance. Right, Dad? If it's important to you, it's important to us. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Wow, your hair is so shiny. Who does your color?
Preference by L'Oreal Paris. High Shine Serum and Vitamin E. Intense color and shine. Up to 9 weeks of fade-defying color. 9 out of 10 women agreed and nothing lasts longer. We're so worth it.
Want to get more done with one sheet? Grab Bounty. While ordinary brands can't hold up, one sheet of Bounty keeps working even when wet. Can your paper towel do all that? Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Still have moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease symptoms despite treatment?
It was time to make a change. My doctor recommended Rinvoq, a once-daily pill.
I changed and got rapid symptom relief. Rinvoq helped visibly repair my intestinal lining.
I got lasting remission, meaning few to no symptoms.
Check. Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin. Serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events, infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Put UC and Crohn's in check and keep them there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq.
Purina One Live Clear was our cat miracle. We discovered Ella was sensitive to cat allergens. Then the incredible happened. Purina One Live Clear started reducing the major allergen in our cat's hair.
Together forever.
Purina One Live Clear, a difference from day one.
Pollen in your way?
Allergies on a hike? Great.
Plus, the risk of brain fog.
But we've got Allegra.
Allegra delivers fast, powerful allergy relief with no brain fog due to drowsiness. Try now Allegra. It's a no-brainer.
Tired of untamable frizz? Forget the flat iron. New Everpure Iron Sleek by L'Oreal Paris. Our first salon-inspired smoothing routine, formulated with sleek care complex with alpha acids for humidity-resistant style and 7 days of frizz control. Everpure Iron Sleek by L'Oreal Paris.
In March 2025, 2 hikers in California's San Jacinto Mountains plunged 800 feet down an icy cliffside. Harsh weather demanded that a helicopter rescue be called off. But on the ground, the mountain rescue team pressed on for hours.
My interest was getting up the mountain and getting to the subjects as quickly as possible because of the urgency of their conditions.
After almost 12 hours, rescuers reached the Traverse, the steep trail where the hikers had plunged off the mountain. But now, their own lives were in jeopardy.
It's extremely treacherous. One slip can carry you thousands of feet down the side of a mountain. Visibility was no more than 100 feet. We decided we were going to do shout-outs and hopefully hear a reply.
We kept doing that across the Traverse until finally we heard their voices yell back to us. Every time I've heard a voice call back on a search, it feels like a miracle.
Rescuers would need more than a miracle. The hikers were severely injured and had spent more than 12 hours stranded on the mountain. Time was not on their side.
They could have easily succumbed to hypothermia just in that amount of time.
The mountain rescue team navigated snow-covered paths and steep inclines, working tirelessly to locate and assist the victims.
We're very excited to hear the 2 voices shout back, but we had to stay focused on the task at hand, which was, first of all, how to get to them.
With the victims 800 feet below them in a ravine, the team would have to set up a sophisticated rope rescue system.
First, we needed to build anchors, so we found trees that we believed were directly above them.
We picked 2 people to actually be lowered to the subject, and that was myself as a retired physician and someone else who had sufficient medical training.
When rescuers made it down to the victims, they discovered both were suffering from hypothermia and extensive physical trauma.
I was surprised to learn the full extent of their injuries. The female subject had sustained facial fractures, had a fracture of the sternum, ribs, lumbar, and spine. The male subject had a pelvic fracture, the frostbite that was evident in the field to us.
Additional members of the mountain rescue team quickly rappelled down the cliff to assist.
At that point, the decision in terms of prioritizing which subject to raise was the subject that had the more severe traumatic injuries. That was our male subject.
They loaded the man into a rescue basket and began the grueling process of raising him up from the ravine.
Let's pick him up.
You got these handles right here?
Handles on the side. Ready, 1, 2, 3.
You're using every ounce of strength that you have for every pull.
All right, Chris, we're just walking you over here.
After almost 3 hours, they got the man up to the traverse.
It is very relieving seeing everyone come up and knowing that we can see them, but we knew our work wasn't anywhere near complete.
They now had to turn their attention to getting the female victim up the ravine. The weather wouldn't let up. Riverside's helicopter was grounded, so they turned to CAL FIRE and a heavier lift.
We have a bigger helicopter. It usually handles some of the wind a little bit better and some of the inclement weather.
Drop me here, I'll walk over. That's a long walk. That's a pretty good hump, Jay.
We made it over the rescue site, and the plan was to insert me as rescuer 1 with what we call the Aries bag.
I see it all down there.
And then I would do an assessment and let them know for any further needs.
But the volatile mountain weather was too powerful, even for CAL FIRE's massive copter.
You got them right here, Braid? They're down low. They're coming up on 10 o'clock. Yep, okay.
It started to snow, the wind started to pick up, the clouds had pushed in, and visibility got worse.
It's very stressful. It's very disheartening because you know we're right here. If the weather would cooperate just for a few minutes, that's all we need.
CAL FIRE had no choice but to pull out, forcing them to leave their 2 air rescuers on the ground.
So at that point, we knew we weren't getting picked up.
Coming up, rescuers run the risk of becoming victims themselves.
Not only was I at the limit of my exhaustion, but I was also entering a phase of hypothermia.
My moderate to severe plaque psoriasis held me back, but now I'm all in with clearer skin, thanks to Skyrizi.
Most people achieved clearer skin from head to toe. Many were 100% plaque-free. And many were completely clear, even at 5 years.
People also saw significant improvement in pain, redness, itching, and burning.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Nothing and me go hand in hand. Nothing on my skin, that's my new plan. Nothing is everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Learn how AbbVie could help you save. Fancy Feast presents our latest chef-inspired creation, Fancy Feast Gems. This rich pyramid mousse pâté puts mealtime in a whole new light and turns the everyday into extraordinary. Fancy Feast Gems. Love is in the details.
If you're frustrated with occasional bloating or gas, your body's giving you signs. It's time to try Align. Align probiotic was specifically designed by gastroenterologists to help relieve your occasional bloating and gas. When you feel the signs, it's time to try Align.
Protecting what you care about is important to you, so it's important to Allstate. That's why we have a plan to protect just about anything, like this car, up, and this awesome bike. The stuff in that apartment you're renting, it's protected. This golf cart, it's protected. Hey, don't worry, that phone's protected too. Protection for just about every part of life, no matter what kind of life you have. If it's important to you, it's important to us. You're in good hands with Allstate. Good boy.
The one-of-a-kind joy of Kellogg's cereal and ice-cold milk.
Tired of untamable frizz? Forget the flat iron. New Everpure Iron Sleek by L'Oreal Paris. Our first salon-inspired smoothing routine, formulated with sleek care complex with alpha acids for humidity-resistant style and 7 days of frizz control. Everpure Iron Sleek by L'Oreal Paris.
Just back is sore. Let's go! Ice. Hot. Ice works fast, heat makes it last. Icy Hot, just so back.
Frisky's World.
Let's dive into something new.
Yeah, Frisky's new amp lineup.
It's new Party Packed, a nutritious meal plus treats packed right in.
It's Thrilllicious.
Yeah.
Frisky's, always more to explore.
Closed captioning provided by. If it hurts you to watch this, you'll want to hear this. The eczema medication you're taking may not be right for you. Visit myrawtruth.com and talk to your dermatologist about your symptoms and treatment options.
Tired of untamable frizz? Forget the flat iron. New Everpure Iron Sleek by L'Oreal Paris. Our first salon-inspired smoothing routine, formulated with sleek care complex with alpha acids for humidity-resistant style and 7 days of frizz control. Everpure Iron Sleek by L'Oreal Paris.
Itch, itch, scratch, must not itch.
Stop the itch sanity with Cortisone 10 for bug bites, poison ivy, and other itches. It works fast and lasts for hours. Cortisone 10. And for itch relief that cools on contact, try our new Bug Bite Relief Stick today.
In March 2025, 2 hikers went on an 800-foot icy drop in California's San Jacinto Mountains. On the second day of the operation, CAL FIRE was called in to attempt a second air rescue. But a winter storm forced them to pull out, leaving their 2 rescuers on the ground. All anyone could do was hope for a break in the weather.
Let's pick him up. I'm going to walk him right over here into this clearing.
On the ground, the team got both victims to an open staging area.
Okay, ready? You're going to come back down. You hold my hand.
But the driving storm was relentless.
The conditions continued to deteriorate. We knew we weren't going to get picked up, and we weren't set up to stay overnight. We had warm clothes on, enough to keep us for our original mission, but not to stay out all night.
Without proper supplies or clothing, CAL FIRE rescuer Matt Meisenheimer knew that he and his partner could not stay on the mountain. With darkness falling and temperatures dropping, they would need to evacuate.
It was about a 7-mile hike out. We were going to walk out with one of the mountain rescue crew that was heading down the hill.
Meanwhile, hours and hours of extreme cold and physical exertion had pushed mountain rescue members Richard Yoakum and Alex Cochran to the brink.
I knew not only was I at the limit of my exhaustion, but I was also entering a phase of hypothermia.
I think I was probably in the field for 30 hours when I realized that I was really hitting my limit.
Yoakum and Cochran had to make a decision.
We're not going to be rescued. We need to rescue ourselves.
We still had 5 miles to hike. I was just absolutely exhausted.
Knowing the 2 injured victims would spend the night on the mountain, Richard Yoakum took on a critical role once he reached the command post below.
There was an awful lot of important decision-making that took place, where the subjects could be best maintained for that period of time and what the weather is going to do.
The mountain rescue team had developed a plan of how they were going to house them, tent them, and keep them warm through the night.
We had numerous teams coming in with resupply, and those teams built a bonfire there for warmth. They had food and heated beverages.
But facing an excruciating night in the freezing cold, the injured hikers' lives hung in the balance.
It was just how are we going to keep them alive overnight.
Gravely injured, the 2 hikers must survive a night of freezing temperatures.
It's very, very cold and very easy to stop being able to function when you're that cold.
But first, flooding is often a deadly result of storm surge, most commonly driven by hurricanes. Here are a few tips to keep you and your loved ones safe if you're caught in extreme weather.
It's crucial to be ready before any storm strikes, especially a hurricane. A storm safety kit can help you stay safe until help arrives.
A hurricane kit should contain essentials like bottled water, non-perishable food, flashlights, batteries, first aid supplies, and medications. You should also have a battery-powered weather radio to stay updated on storm conditions and an extra charger for your phone to stay connected.
Being prepared is your best defense, and never ignore evacuation orders. The storm won't wait, and neither should you.
Still dealing with moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease symptoms despite treatment?
Then you know there can be unpredictability.
Workarounds. And avoiding.
It was time to make a change.
I changed. I changed too.
My doctor recommended Rinvoq, a once-daily pill.
I got rapid symptom relief at 2 weeks. Check. Rinvoq helped visibly repair my intestinal lining. Check.
I got lasting remission, meaning few to no symptoms. Check.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin. Serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50+ with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events, infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Put UC and Crohn's in check and keep them there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq.
Wow, your hair is so shiny. Who does your color?
Preference by L'Oreal Paris. High Shine Serum and Vitamin E. Intense color and shine. Up to 9 weeks of fade-defying color. 9 out of 10 women agreed nothing lasts longer.
We're so worth it.
Febreze.
Smells great in here. What is it?
It's my trash. Introducing Febreze Trash Odor Fighter. It reduces up to 99% of common trash odors, replacing them with 45 days of freshness. And it works on all kinds of trash cans.
The one-of-a-kind joy of Kellogg's cereal and ice-cold milk.
Did you know taking Zysol at night relieves allergies while you sleep? So you wake refreshed for a more productive day. Get 24-hour continuous relief that does not fade. Be wise all, take Zysol at night.
Tired of untamable frizz? Forget the flat iron. New Everpure Iron Sleek by L'Oreal Paris. Our first salon-inspired smoothing routine, formulated with sleek care complex with alpha acids for humidity-resistant style and 7 days of frizz control. Everpure Iron Sleek by L'Oreal Paris.
Fancy Feast presents our latest chef-inspired creation, Fancy Feast Gems. This rich pyramid mousse pâté puts mealtime in a whole new light and turns the everyday into extraordinary. Fancy Feast Gems. Love is in the details.
After multiple air rescue attempts and nearly 3 days on California's San Jacinto Mountains, 2 injured hikers, along with first responders, faced a freezing night on the snowy summit.
All right, beacons on.
It was very cold, especially when you're hurt. If you're not moving, it is very easy to become hypothermic. I was not expecting them to still be alive.
Miraculously, they had survived the night. Suddenly, a break in the weather. With no time to waste, air teams moved fast. CAL FIRE and Riverside Sheriff locked in a plan.
We had actually made contact with the Sheriff's Department helicopter crew and developed a plan on that they were going to be first out. They were going to pick the male hiker because he was priority 1 to get off.
Riverside Sheriff quickly moved in.
The clouds look stable. Okay. We're looking good. Okay. We launched and were able to get up into that area safely and facilitate the rescue.
I see them all down there. Yeah, let's deploy them. We're looking good. Okay. Left 15. Roger. Hold there. Hold there. Hold there. Forward 5. 3, 2, 1. Touchdown.
When I got down to him, I made contact with one of the patients. All right, bud. We're going to get you out of here to the hospital, okay? Right. Try and relax. Yeah. We're going to put this backboard under you, and we're going to wrap you up, and I'm going to get you out of here.
All right, sounds good.
Incredibly, despite the man's injuries, he was conscious and able to speak.
He was completely bundled up. He was alert. He was talking. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to put the backboard under him. We'll get him packaged up, bridled up, and we'll be out. We were able to get him on a backboard. Once I got him stable, they brought the helicopter back in.
Ready, 1, 2, 3.
And we were able to get him hooked up and hoisted out. All right, Chris, you're going to go by yourself, okay?
Okay.
You're just going to be moving around. You might spin a little bit. Just try and relax.
Okay. Left 2, easy. Left 2. A little bumpy, but I'm holding it. Yep. It's your forward trip. Come back. Come back 1. Hold there. Okay. There's your power. He's off. You go ahead and start climbing. Power's good. Yep, start climbing. See your brain. Keep that profile you got, Mike. Roger. It's good. I like it. It's above the skins. Yep. Continuing left. Good job, guys.
Next, Cal Fire flew in. Captain Matt Meisenheimer was lowered down to rescue the female hiker.
She was in good spirits. I think she knew she was getting out of there, so you could tell she was tired.
All right, dear, we're going to stand you up, okay? Ready?
2, 3.
There you go.
She was talking. She knew what was going on.
Captain Meisenheimer strapped the woman to a vest and hoisted her into the waiting chopper.
I'm going to hold right here, and I'll be face to face.
You got them right here, Ray? They're down low. They're coming up on 10 o'clock. Yep, okay. Left 3. Left 3. Left 2.
But once we got her into the helicopter, you could just tell she was relieved. She knew she was out of there.
Both subjects were taken to the hospital, where they spent several days beginning their long recuperation.
What started out as an afternoon hike turned into a harrowing 3-day ordeal requiring multiple agencies and dozens of rescuers. It's a cautionary tale for all of us.
The biggest thing is just people knowing the weather, knowing the terrain they're going to hike in. Make sure you have all the proper equipment, all the devices you need.
Throw some extra clothing in there, a battery to recharge your cell phone, and plan not just for the hike you thought you were going to have, but the possibility something could go wrong and you're going to be out overnight.
That was the trail system that they slid down, and they went down to this other pinnacle right here where the trees are. That's where they were stuck, 800 feet down from the top.
This operation was a testament to the dedication and sheer determination of all the rescue teams involved.
It's probably one of the more technical, longer rescues that we've had, but the outcome with this one was the most positive.
The fact that it took 3 separate days to effect the rescue and have the outcome that we did and that they fully recovered was pretty amazing.
I'm very humbled to be a part of it. This mission just proved how excellent everybody is and how they're willing to put everything aside and put their lives on the line to save other people.
And for retired physician Richard Yoakum, it is a personal homage to the lives of 2 people who inspired him to help others in their time of need.
I do think it's an honor to my parents, knowing that I'm doing good work.
The everyday heroes who put their communities first are getting something they've earned. What do you think? One powerful makeover as a thank you they'll never forget.
Oh my goodness, man, nailed it!
Home for Good, right here on Weekend Adventure.
First responders step into danger to protect and serve. Their preparedness and training help turn confusion into clarity.
Their fortitude and constant calm remind us that no matter what crisis may unfold, heroes stand just moments away.
Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time on Hearts of Heroes.
We're here in Orlando, Florida, home to more than a dozen major theme parks, over 100 lakes, and one heroic police officer, Makia Wallace.
Lima 13 to headquarters. Copy 1050.
Makia began protecting and serving her community with the correctional department and as a police officer. And now it's our turn to give back to her.
Makia has turned a traumatic personal experience into a beacon of hope for others by advocating for child safety. Today, we're recognizing her resilience by transforming her bedroom and bathroom into a tranquil sanctuary where she can heal, rest, and recharge. In just 7 days, we're ripping out the old and transforming it with a brand new, fresh, updated design. Every hour counts. From the first hammer swung to the final details done. It's all hands on deck as our construction and design team, with the help of volunteers, work around the clock to deliver a space worthy of an individual who's given so much to their community.
Yes! I nailed it!
This is what it's all about, giving back to everyday heroes like Makia, one room, one space at a time. This is Home for Good.
Makia Wallace has served and protected her community for nearly 10 years. Not just fighting crime, but leading with compassion and empathy for those experiencing trauma and distress.
Trying to find my way, and so the opportunity came regarding joining Orlando Police Department. I decided to go forward with it.
While helping others through their struggles and trauma, Makia has had to overcome trauma of her own.
There was a part of my life that took a turn.
On the 11th of September 2020, Makia tragically lost her 1-year-old son, Jace, when a caregiver left him in the backseat of a car.
After my son passed away, kind of found myself just stuck. It was like a slope of not knowing exactly what I wanted to do in life. No one prepares to bury their child. And I was just trying to figure out, like, what's next? What's next about life? Trying to manage, his story and the tragedy that happened.
After experiencing this loss, Makia started a nonprofit organization, Love Like Jace, to advocate for child safety and turn her pain into purpose.
I just wanted to continue to live as if Jace is still saying, "Keep going, mommy." There's so many people, so many children out here that need you to advocate for their safety.
Makia continues to find the strength to provide for her 2 daughters, Victoria and Jakala. And after a journey of grieving and healing, she serves her community by volunteering, advocating, and protecting.
Clearly, she's endured tragedy, but she turned that tragedy into triumph.
The circumstances under which she lost her son really pushed her to be a light and to be kind of a sounding board for the community.
She has been through a lot, and she shows up every day for herself, for her family, her community, and it's really beautiful and powerful to witness.
There is no person in this community that is any more deserving than she is.
She's an amazing woman.
My mom's a big giver. She will always put herself last and make sure she puts others first. I love my mom from the bottom of my heart. She really is everything to me. She's just been such a great inspiration, and I think she really deserves this.
Makia, we've heard your story, and you're just an inspiring, uplifting person, and we appreciate the work that you do. It's an honor to meet you. Tell me, though, how long have you lived in this house?
This year will make it 8 years.
Okay, and are you doing renovation projects at all, or no?
Trying to. I'm tackling one project at a time, though, just throughout the house.
And there's one room in particular that really needs our help. What is that?
Master bedroom and bathroom. Definitely looking for that area to be upgraded.
And with your work schedule, what kind of hours are you working?
I work nights.
Okay, so you're coming home and it's daylight.
Yes, it's one of those where I'm just trying to get inside to relax and to be able to get a good day's rest so I can be ready for the next shift.
Right, so you want to be refreshed, rejuvenated. You need comfort, you need darkness in that room, and really the space that you deserve for all the work that you do in the community. Do you mind showing it to me?
Yes, let's go.
All right, where's it, over here?
Yes.
So here we are. Makia, this is a decent-sized bedroom.
Yes, this is where I get my rest.
Okay. And I see what you're saying. light coming through the windows right next to your bed.
Yes, that's my creative blackout curtains.
They're not doing the best job, are they? I think we can improve that. The color on the walls. How about the carpet? Stays, goes?
No, the carpet has to go.
Okay.
It is definitely a must.
And the furniture, maybe seen better days, I think.
8 years old, so a little wear and tear.
All right. How about the bed?
I would love a new bed.
Yeah?
Yes. Just wanting the room to feel that warmth, just being able to relax.
A great place to unwind.
Yes,
All right,
yes.
well, let's take a look at the bathroom.
Come on, let's go. Well, this is the master bathroom.
Oh, wow. So what works? What doesn't work?
So everything in that bathroom must go. The shower, the garden tub. I would like to see new vanity, mirrors, storage, flooring, everything, down to the color.
I'll tell you what, next time you come back here, it's going to be a completely transformed space.
Wow, I can't wait.
Well, all you have to do is talk to Makia for just a few minutes to realize what an incredible person she is. She's inspiring, positive, optimistic, and I think those are all the qualities that we need to instill in our design, in that bedroom and in the bathroom, and give her the space she deserves.
Let's go get started.
Yes, sir.
Coming up, our team gets to work as the renovation begins.
At Allstate, what's important to you is important to us.
Dad, I'm telling you, this girl just came out of nowhere.
And right now, what's important to Blake is not getting in trouble with his dad. The good news is if you have accident forgiveness from Allstate, your auto rate won't go up just because of an accident, even if it is your fault. Sorry, Squirrel's fault. Because we all deserve a second chance. Right, Dad? If it's important to you, it's important to us. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Wow, your hair is so shiny. Who does your color?
Preference by L'Oreal Paris. High Shine Serum and Vitamin E. Intense color and shine. Up to 9 weeks of fade-defying color. 9 out of 10 women agreed and nothing lasts longer.
We're so worth it.
Want to get more done with one sheet? Grab Bounty. While ordinary brands can't hold up, one sheet of Bounty keeps working even when wet. Can your paper towel do all that? Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Still have moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease symptoms despite treatment?
It was time to make a change. My doctor recommended Rinvoq, a once-daily pill.
I changed and got rapid symptom relief. Rinvoq helped visibly repair my intestinal lining.
I got lasting remission, meaning few to no symptoms.
Check.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin. Serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50+ with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events, infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant, or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Put UC and Crohn's in check and keep them there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq.
Purina One Live Clear was our cat miracle. We discovered Ella was sensitive to cat allergens. Then the incredible happened. Purina One Live Clear started reducing the major allergen in our cat's hair.
Together, forever.
Purina One Live Clear, a difference from day one.
Pollen in your way?
Allergies on a hike? Great.
Plus, the risk of brain fog.
But we've got Allegra.
Allegra delivers fast, powerful allergy relief with no brain fog due to drowsiness. Try now Allegra. It's a no-brainer.
Tired of untamable frizz? Forget the flat iron. New Everpure Iron Sleek by L'Oreal Paris. Our first salon-inspired smoothing routine, formulated with sleek care complex with alpha acids for humidity-resistant style and 7 days of frizz control. Everpure Iron Sleek by L'Oreal Paris.
Everything I learn on the field I use.
You're always going to be an athlete. The only thing that changes is who your teammates are and what your field of play looks like.
With Makia and her family out of the house, our construction and design team are hard at work to transform Makia's bedroom and bathroom into a relaxing sanctuary. We checked in with our designer, Madison, to find out how the plan will come together.
So the design plan for Makia's bedroom-bathroom combo is we're going to rip out those floors, we're going to give her some new paint and even an accent wall of wood slats. We're going to get rid of her old vanity. We're going to give her a huge walk-in linen closet. It's going to be amazing. Your space 100% affects your